Yo, what's up? It's Iron Richawd back with another video, man. I was gonna touch on that whole, FS1 situation with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp and other executives, Joy Taylor, and all these allegations that have been coming out, bruh. You feel me? I've been trying to make a few videos on it. I was gonna go live and just talk about it, but I wasn't rocking with the energy on the live, so I was like, nah, I'm just make a video, bro. It was way too many trolls in there for me, bro. I was not trying to deal with it today. But really, what I just want to boil it down to and sum it up to, because it's so many different directions I can go with on that topic. You know what I'm saying? And I've just been, trying to see what direction I should go on it. You know what I'm saying? And really, what that whole thing boils down to, bro, that whole FS1 freak off. If you don't know, do your research. It's been a lot of lawsuits coming out. It's all over the internet. You can read the files for yourself, or you can look it up on the internet. Somebody will break it down for you. You know what I'm saying? But basically, for me to sum everything up, you basically had higher ups abusing their power, and you had certain females. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Using their body, using their looks to get to certain positions. You know what I'm saying? And that goes on everywhere, bro. It's toxic work environments everywhere. It's work environments where people are pissing where they eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people say you shouldn't piss where you eat. You feel me? And people are gonna do whatever they want to do. Anytime you bring together a lot of men and a lot of women in the same environment, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, things are gonna happen. These work environments are very messy. It'd be people who are married, people who are not married, all type of just scandalous stuff going on. I mean, if you've worked a job and you don't live under a rock, you would know these things. It's well known. And just what's going on at FS1 just shows you, like, it ain't just the job you at, bro. It's just the corporate atmosphere. That's what it is, bro. That's why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they strive to become independent or get their own thing going. That's why, people like, just using these people as an example. People like Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp, they and other athletes, they've started to start their own podcasts or their own talk shows, and they're building their own audience. And what I'm saying, being able to branch off a little bit from these major corporations where it's very controlled and very corrupt. And the message I just wanted to leave y'all with is, don't stay at a toxic job for the money, bro. I understand people got to do what they got to do, but if you at a job right now, bro, and you're miserable, you got people at your job that make it miserable for you. You got people at your job that don't like you, and it just makes things awkward and toxic, and you just going there because you need the check. One or two things are going to happen. You're either going to get fired because you're going to finally get pushed to the point to where you crash out, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to crash out and end up getting yourself fired. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just mentally going to tap out, and you know what I'm saying? You're just going to quit. So the best thing I would say you can do if you're in a toxic work environment, and this is if you're really in a toxic work environment. I'm not talking about people who are just lazy and just don't want to go to work and don't feel like working. That's not a toxic work environment. That's just, you don't feel like working today. That's pretty much everybody who has to work for the majority. I mean, you got certain people out there who be like, oh, I love my job, this, that, and the third. But even those people, it's certain days, bro, where your ass don't feel like going to work, bro. You can defend these companies and defend these jobs all you want. Every human being, bro, has their days, bro, where, you know what I'm saying, they don't feel like going, but they got to go anyway. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep pushing. But if you're actually at a toxic work environment where, corruption is going on, where backstabbing is going on, where gossiping is going on, where tampering is going on, doors of opportunities are being closed for you. You're seeing other people get promoted, but you're not getting promoted. You're seeing people who have been there, they haven't been there as long as you, they getting promoted, and all type of weird things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been at jobs like that. Like, I remember I was at one job, bro, and they never gave me any promotions, bro, even though I was there for like 2 years. It's back when I used to work at a hospital. And they hired, people after me, you know what I'm saying? And they promoted those people to supervisor before they promoted me to supervisor. And what pissed me off is I was the workhorse. Like they gave me my flowers. Like they would say like I'm one of their better workers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I used to do at the hospital, you feel me? We served food to patients. And it was basically, I think it was like 5 or 6 of us. You know what I'm saying? And they split up the floors. Everybody got at least 2 floors. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they just gave one. They basically gave you a certain floors based off of how good or how fast you were at what you were doing. Like I said, it's not rocket science what we were doing, but you know what I'm saying? I was just always pretty good at it and did it quickly and easily. You know, so they will always work me, you know, as hard as they could. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what would start happening is I would finish before everybody. And my dad just happened to work at the same hospital I would work at. So I would finish early and I'll just go into his office and be chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then my coworkers, I guess they got, you know, they started to feel some type of way, you know, because some of them, they would catch me going in and out of my dad's office. So they started to snitch and be like, oh, such and such be in his dad's office, blah, blah, blah. But they couldn't really get me in trouble because all my work is done, bro. You feel me? So like, instead of going into the office and sitting around and talking to them, I'll go in my dad's office and either chop it up with my dad, or if nobody was in there, I'll just be in there chilling on my phone and shit. So basically some of my coworkers, you know what I'm saying, they started snitching. So what they would do, he would tell me like, oh, if you finish early, you got to come back and you got to help other people who may not finish as fast as you with their floors. You got to make sure everybody else is done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been at those type of jobs where like, you know, you got to pick up other people's slack. You're basically the workhorse, right? So I was like, cool, bro. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't want you sitting around stealing time. But everybody at work steals time at some point or another, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be stealing time to the point to where you're not doing your job. If you steal time and your job is still getting done, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hear about it unless somebody's just hating. And in this situation, it was just niggas hating. They was complaining, saying, I'm stealing time, I'm not working, but all my work is done. You feel me? And we used to have to keep a phone. So if the patients needed anything or if the nurses needed us to bring anything, they'll call us on our little phone. So I just kept my phone with me, you feel me? And was chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it was certain people, I feel like they was just maybe jealous that, you know what I'm saying, I know somebody working there that's in a manager position where I can go to his office and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to, I could just be away from all y'all niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? The niggas tried to sabotage that shit, but long story short, that work environment became toxic, and goddamn, I was there. I was the workhorse. They respected me as a worker, but they would never promote me. You know what I'm saying? And they promoted other people that, in my opinion, weren't as good of a worker as me, didn't work as hard, wasn't as qualified because I was there longer than them. And it was the type of job where they went off of seniority. You know what I'm saying? So it was just always funny to me that they went off of seniority, but I never got offered a supervisor position. But they would give me supervisor duties. You know, they would have me goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Anytime there was an issue, they would look for me to help solve it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, if I'm one of y'all better workers, I know the ins and outs of everything. How can somebody, like they had this one girl, bro, she had like some family issues or whatever going on. So she missed like 2 months or some shit. She missed like a long ass time from work. And she ended up coming back or whatever. And long story short, the supervisors we had ended up quitting. And they ended up promoting them to supervisor. It's like, I don't want to make it about race, but my manager was Mexican. And everybody he promoted to like a supervisor position were all Mexican, bro. Like, we had a few black people that worked there. I was one of the few black people that worked there. You feel me? But in the office that I was in, I was like we had black people that came and went. Like, for the most part, he mostly just hired Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? So I was like the minority there, you know what I'm saying? There was majority Mexican workers or whatever. You feel me? And I just peeped like, bro, like, and he never offered me the position or nothing. Like, he promoted everybody but me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody who got promoted to supervisor, they got the job after I got the job. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I always felt that was weird, bro. Like, I was literally the worker. Like, this was the type of job, bro, where you couldn't force overtime on people. You know what I'm saying? But they will always give me like overtime or double shifts, and I'll pick it up because I was a hard worker. I wanted my bread. You know what I'm saying? So I would work double shifts. I was like the main, bro. I was it was a few other people in the kitchen that bust their ass. But far as the server, far as the people preparing and bringing the meals up to the patients, I was the main one picking up double shifts, bro. Like we would have other people that would pick up double shifts, but not as consistently as I would, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I will always be there grinding, bro. We work from I'll be there from 6 to 6, bro. 6 in the morning to 6 p.m. That's a double shift, 12 hours, bro. A normal shift, I believe, was from like 6 to 1:45 or some shit like that. You know, and I will always pick up double shifts for the most part, unless I had something to do, bro. You feel me? And it's like all that hard work, bro. All them double shifts, bro. You know what I'm saying? All them floors I'm helping with, and I never got the opportunity to be promoted to supervisor. It wouldn't have been no big deal. I mean, getting promoted to supervisor, you just got $1 raise or whatever. But like, it's just the principle, bro. It's like you can put shit like that on your resume or whatever. But for some odd reason, and also the people that he typically promoted were females. Like he had one dude who was a supervisor, but he was a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not trying to make this about race. I'm just saying, like, for me being the minority black dude and to never get offered a supervisor position, but y'all quick to ask me, do I want to work a double shift, or can I work a double shift? Can I pick up extra shifts? Like, people will call off. They'll call me, see if I could come in, this, that, and the third. And some days I would come in, you know. But my point being, I was a hard worker, and they knew I was a hard worker. My managers, they knew and they respected the fact that I was a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? But never offer me the supervisor position. So I would just say that to say, like, if you're in a work environment where, you know what I'm saying, you getting overlooked, or it may be, I'm not saying it was racism, but it may be racism going on, because I just feel it's oddly strange, bro, that everybody he promoted, you know what I'm saying, and the majority of people that he hired were people like him. And I can't really get too mad at him. Like, I'm gonna be honest. If I was a so-called black manager, yeah, I would look to try to hire some people that look like me. Like, I would try to put my people on too. Like, that looks like what he was doing. Like, he was putting on for the Mexicans. Like, that was the majority of people that he would hire. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like the few black people that he would hire probably was just because motherfuckers probably looking at y'all like, damn, why is only Mexicans working there? Like, you got these, you know, you got certain laws where you sometimes you got to make I forget what it's called, but it's basically you hire somebody that's black, not because maybe they're the most qualified person, but because statistically for you to keep going, you gotta have at least one black person at your job type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, that's what it seems like to me, like when he would hire anybody that's not Mexican. Like, I feel like in a perfect world, he would have hired all Mexicans. And like I said, I can't really be too mad at him, because I mean, I feel like black people, we should be that way too. Like, if you was in a management position or whatever, and you got the power to hire certain people, like you should try to hire and put on for your people. So I'm not really mad at it. But my point being is, sometimes you're in a situation where it may be toxic, or it may not even be toxic. Well, to me, that's toxic. You know, dealing with what could be seen as racism. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a situation like that where, you know, you're being devalued and you're being, you know what I'm saying, overworked, you know what I'm saying? And you're getting all these hours and all these responsibilities thrown at you, but you're not getting no raises. You're not getting no promotions. If you're in a job like that where they don't appreciate what you bring to the table, you know, I would say you should leave that job. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't leave until you find another job. You know what I'm saying? You should find a better opportunity, a better job, a healthier work environment. You know, I don't think I don't think people should settle for toxic work environments, bro. No matter where you at, bro. Like, it can go for any field, bro. You know, you shouldn't settle for a toxic work environment. If you're in a work environment and you know you putting the work in and you're being a good worker, and it's going unnoticed, or, you know what I'm saying, you helping make life easier for everybody around you, but nobody really appreciates it, or appreciates it enough, or the managers don't appreciate it enough to promote you. You feel me? And they promoting everybody else around you. Like, that job, like, that's really like, well, I was over it after a while. Like, on top of like other shit that was going on there, but like never being offered a promotional position, and then just watching certain people that I knew for certain didn't work as hard as me get promoted ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? Just showed me, like, you know, it's not always about being the best worker. Sometimes it's just political, bro. You know, I learned that firsthand at these jobs. Like a lot of times it's real political, bro. It's not always about who's the best, you know. And you can see that with this whole FS1 thing, you know. Some of these moderators, they may not be the best moderator or the best available option for the moderator position, but politically, somebody liked them. They did something for somebody, so they get put on. You know, and I feel like it's a lot of that goes on anywhere. And if you're the odd man out and you're at a job where you're not being appreciated, bro, there's plenty of jobs out there, bro, that will appreciate your hard work, that will promote you for working hard, that will put you in position to do better and put yourself in a better position. But you don't never want to be stuck at a job where you stagnant, where your hard work is going unnoticed and other motherfuckers that don't work. Like if you're in an atmosphere where they reward people who don't work hard, 9 times out of 10, it's a political thing. 9 times, like, who knows? Like maybe some of these females was sleeping with the manager and that's how they got the promotional position. Who knows? Like they was all real friendly and like real flirty with them. So I wouldn't doubt it, bro. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's just what I wanted to turn the video into. You know, I was just inspired by that whole situation that's going off with the FS1 freakouts, man. And, you know, stuff like that, corruption at the jobs, man, it goes on everywhere, bro. That's why you got to salute somebody like Shannon Sharp who walked away from all of that, you know, because people can say what they want to say about Shannon. You know, the main thing, I mean, if you want to get religious or, you know, spiritual with it, you can be like, oh, like Shannon was moving on his root chakra. He was there just, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, from what they're making it out to be, he made it like a pimpish environment. But Shannon, so far from what we've seen, he hasn't broken the law. Like, you know, sleeping around at the job isn't breaking the law. But the allegations that's coming across from Skip, now that's sexual assault. That's breaking the law. So we got to see how that goes down. But Skip is protected, bro. Skip got money. So he going to be able to silence all them people. All them people that's putting out lawsuits, it sounds like they just bitter that they got fired from FS1 and they looking for some bread. They looking for some settlement money. That's really what it sounds like to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? These females are just bitter about how things ended. You know what I'm saying? About how they lost their job. I feel like Joy Taylor, she's bitter about losing her job at FS1 after working there for 12 years. And she feels like maybe the situation with Skip, maybe her choosing not to, you know what I'm saying, sleep with Skip led to her losing her job because right after Skip left, she gets fired. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of seems like she was a package deal. You feel me? But yeah, man, if you had a job, bro, if you're in a toxic environment, if your hard work is going unnoticed, bro, if people are sabotaging positions, like even my last job at Amazon, bro, like they talked about promoting me to supervisor and all type of shit, bro. And I should have got promoted, bro. But they'll never follow through on that shit. Like they'll be like, oh, we gonna get with you, or we gonna start training me. Never started training me, bro. And like, I didn't even really care to the point because I wasn't even super eager to become a supervisor anyway because they be doing the supervisors dirty. But it's like, don't tell me you finna promote me and then not promote me. Don't tell me you finna start training me and then not train me. And the whole time they ended up training somebody else and giving somebody else the position. You know what I'm saying? That was funny. But yeah, bro, any work environment, bro, where, you know, it's toxic and you feel stagnant, you feel like doors of opportunities are being closed, go somewhere else, bro. Go somewhere else, bro. I don't want to say the grass is always greener, but I would say that you don't have to settle either. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to settle for a job where you're not happy, bro. But that's all I got, man. Peace.